Tonight, our first episode of Brew Haus, our beer review. As always, Special K, along with Big Daddy, and our cameraman, Tin Man. Tonight we've got Labatt Blue Light, and a special Olympic USA can, which I guess you're getting a close-up look at.
That's right. This is a beer that is not as common as I first thought it was years ago when I went to college. I went to college in downstate New York, went to get a blue light at the bar. First time I went out to a bar, they were like, what's a blue light? They had never heard of it. They didn't import it to that area. Which I thought was kind of odd because it's everywhere where we live. And it is my beer of choice when I go out to a bar. I'll buy it for my house at times. It's not the only beer I buy, but it's a good beer.
It's definitely up there. It's probably in my top 5 of my usual rotations, along with boring stuff like Coors. I'm a big Jenny fan, being that we live in upstate New York and the brewery's right here.
Genesee Brewery.
Yep. So, without further ado, let's crack it open.
Taste. I know what it tastes like.
Know what it tastes like. You're gonna probably get a glowing review, and if you've never had it, you can be jealous because it's a really good Pilsner.
Very good. It's got actual body to it. The difference between this and a Coors Light is this has flavor. Nothing against Coors at all. To me, this has a little bit of a more hoppiness. I'm not a big hops person, but you need some for some flavor.
Yeah, there's definitely a good hop tone to it. Yeah. It's not overpowering like anything like Hop Devil or any of those other beers where all you're getting is the hops.
I'm not a big fan of IPAs, which are totally overhopped. Most of them are now. Everybody wants hops, hops, hops. This is just a good little balance, inexpensive beer. You want something, if you're going out to the bars, you buy those first couple that are a little bit more expensive, like your Guinness or whatever, Stella. And then you go to this because you can drink this all night, get drunk, cheap. So
it generally is cheap. It's usually on special up here in upstate New York. I picked up a case of this the other night for 17 bucks, I think it was, for an entire case. I mean, it's not a cheap, low-end beer, but it's not top quality.
It's definitely
a lot on it.
It's definitely better quality than the price.
Yeah. It's one of those.
And if you can't get it where you are, I'm sorry to hear that, because it is good quality beer.
It is. It's a Canadian brewery. It's right up there. You hear Molson a lot. I know Molson's got bigger distribution, but this right
I've been in the Molson plant, actually.
Have you?
In Quebec, Montreal. There was one of them anyways.
Molson's good, but I do give the nod to this. I will drink this over a Molson any day. And this was actually back in high school while I was legal age of drinking.
Of course, he probably was in high school and still legal.
Yes, you're funny. It was the first beer that we started drinking back then, except for we did Labatt Ice. And it
had higher alcohol.
Higher alcohol and harsher taste.
Yeah.
So
a little bit rough.
Yep.
This is good. This is a good
definitely
beer, and it's light, so it won't make me fat.
I'm a little late to that party. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate Blue for yourself and Blue Light?
I mean, if I'm looking at it in terms of beer, like all beers, I would say it's like a 4. But because of the value you're getting with this beer, I'd say it's closer to a 7.5.
With the drinkability of it and being a light beer that actually has flavor and not completely watered down like a lot of the other light beers are, I'm right up there with you. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
A solid 7 on this one. They're definitely a good beer and a good quality beer for the money.
And again, I'm comparing it right now to other light beers. Light beer wise, I'd actually say it's probably closer to an 8. I can't think of another light beer that has this much flavor and that much going on. But again, if you're comparing it to like a Guinness, it's down on the scale quite a bit.
Well, it depends on if you're a fan of Guinness as well.
True.
There's
okay, Coors and Down. You're gonna compare this to Coors and Down. Again, way down on the scale.
Right.
But that's where I have it.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Been a good review. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
I'm gonna finish this.
I am too.